HelloFresh, America's #1.
Tell the people who you are and what you do and what your occupation is.
Well, my name is Alexis Pedroza. I actually am an employee of Full Sail University. I've been with Full Sail University now for a little over a year. I did my year in July. So I've been with them now this little bit of time. Funny story, I had actually tried to get into Full Sail University, like probably almost 20 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And I remember, I went and took a tour of the school. At that time, I was actually interested in audio production, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember me and my buddy went and took the tour of the school. And we got there and I was just like, oh my God, like, this is insane. Like, this is a school? So
the school.
So it was like, what? Like, it was crazy. So we took the tour of the school, talked to the lady, and I was like, oh my God, like, I have to go to the school. And
Wow.
I went home. I was like, I've never been so excited about anything in my life, So I went home and I was like, at that time I was living with my mom. I was under 24, considered a dependent student at that time. So yeah, so so I went home and unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the assistance to be able to get into Full Sail. And so kind of like a little shattered dream at the time, but cool thing about it, I always stayed around the music. I was always around people, artists, and I had done some promoting and a little bit of everything. I was just always around the environment. Met some really cool people, DJs and artists and stuff like that. Anyhow,
it's amazing.
When the pandemic hit, I was out of work for a little bit, and right around the time where things started clearing up a little bit, I had reached out to this temp agency that this lady I used, that I was reached out to, if anything, with work and stuff like that. And she told me, said, "Oh, we actually have an opening for Full Sail University."
Okay.
I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "That's crazy." I have a buddy of mine that's been working there for like she's probably been there for like 8-9 years.
Wow.
Working with Full Sail. So I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." I was like, let's see if I get hired, So I went ahead, I applied, and I got the job. You know what I mean? So
first of all,
I've been here since.
That's great, man. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Year in, and now that's 20 years ago, not 20 years later. Look where you're at now. That's great. That's great. Well, continue.
Yeah, no. So one of the cool benefits of being an employee is that, they help you with, getting into school and stuff,
Right.
So I was like, the opportunity presented itself. So, I took it, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm 43 years old. I didn't think I was going to be going back to school, so many years down the road.
Uh-huh.
I'm a single father. I got a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? So I'm like juggling everything on my own, right?
Right.
So, I
That's
mean, I'm
awesome.
just happy, man. It's been so far a really cool experience. I mean, look at what I'm doing now. Like this is just the beginning, right?
Right.
Of
It
things
is.
that we're gonna be doing in the future. And myself, I never had any experience of anything like this, right? Like,
Right.
being in front of the camera, doing any type of interviews, things like that. But these are things that we're gonna do in our field. So, congratulations to you, man. Like, this is amazing. The fact that you've been doing this for so long, super legit, and everything else that you've done in your life too, man. Like everything you told me about the military and stuff. That's amazing, man. So
Yes, sir.
congratulations.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it, Alexis, because when we have opportunities before you, sometimes we let fear hinder you and hinder your dreams and visions, and sometimes you want to take care of other things instead of taking care of yourself.
Right.
And like you said, I appreciate like the warm words of encouragement, man, because it's been a long journey, man, and
Yep.
to meet new and exciting individuals as yourself, and especially
Thank
my
you.
classmate. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying every bit of it. I just really appreciate how people connect. It's a small world,
Mm-hmm.
and when we
Yeah.
connect on something big, and people might see this as something small, but they don't know the story behind it. They don't know
Right.
what's happening behind the scenes right now. Because this
Right.
this is a connection that
Mm-hmm.
could lead to something bigger and greater down the road,
Right.
and it's not just a small thing. So I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you and I for shouting that out, because the Army is almost in the past. July, I'm finito.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. I thank you for that. But
Yeah.
since you work at Full Sail, I want to ask you a few exciting questions,
Yeah.
because with this is the pep talk, and with upcoming students visiting the campus, coming to the campus, they want to attend Full Sail. What's the do's and don'ts that you would advice that you would give them for their first year, or even trying to apply to this college?
Um, I mean, I would say let go of fear, honestly.
That's good.
Let go of fear. Um, I think that, coming into, well, just from my experience, right, like talking to certain students on the phone, is you have some students that are just like kind of like ready to go, ready to go, ready to go.
Right.
And then you have some that are just kind of still searching, right? But, you know, you have to do your research, right? Do your
Right.
research.
Very important.
One thing that I can say that the biggest issue for most people up front is they worry about cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and after going into talking to the student and I'm going over the program and I'm explaining to them how everything works, I talk about the campus, painting the picture and everything. It sounds great. You get to tuition, they're kind of like they pause,
Right.
right?
Right.
But the thing about it is you have to do your research and find out what are you getting, what are you going
Right.
to benefit from the from the program itself, right? And that's one thing that I would say, um, do's is just be confident, be confident, know that you're going to be successful, don't doubt yourself, and the don't doubt, don't have fear, you know what I mean? It's an amazing school, you know like, uh price range, to me, I look at it like, hey, you get what you pay for, right? you
Right.
know
Right.
so to me, it's about value. The
Key.
numbers don't lie. If you look at your research of what full self students have accomplished and have done since they graduated from our school, I mean, you can say, I can honestly say right now that anything that we watch on TV,
Right.
music that we hear,
Mm-hmm.
uh, movies that we watch, TV shows, video games, technology that we use, there's a good 80 to 90% chance that a Full Sail student touched it.
I mean, it has the credentials like comes up every other week, every other month. Hey,
Right.
get the email. This person was nominated on a Grammy nomination for this and that. You know,
Right.
that's something a testament to
Right.
say, hey, this
Right.
school is actually producing some artists and some creators out there.
Correct.
And you
Correct.
know, personally, me going to the school, I gotta be honest, the college thing, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do if I did go back to
Mhm.
school. And I
Right.
wanted to get into the industry, know the industry more, but I didn't understand how to do that. Now,
Right.
like I told you before, I had a friend that attended like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And, you know, he intrigued me because, you know, I helped with one of his projects out during his classes that he needed, I think it's for his last year before he graduated from Full Sail.
Hmm.
He highly recommended the college to me. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see when I get the time. Now the time I'm
Hmm.
getting that time now. I say, you know what?
Right.
Let me go ahead and jump in. You know,
Right.
why I'm gonna be afraid of something that I have passion for already.
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
even in that aspect of understanding how the creators and the artists is coming from this college, and
Right.
you work there, you have experience there, and you have experience with other
Hmm.
things. So when to other students that have no clue of anything that we're talking about, how can Full Sail help them and develop them to understand and get them involved more when they choose the major degree, film, music, whatever it
Hmm.
may be? How can Full Sail help them develop and become stronger in their craft?
And we're talking about just people coming in. Are you talking about like
Yes.
brand new people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what Full Sail does, I don't know if you got a chance to do it. I didn't get to, but
Okay.
they'll do like the behind the scenes tour,
Yes,
right?
I did that. I did
You
that.
did that. Okay.
It
So
was
I mean, I think that's huge. You know what I mean? Because not only do they get to come in, get like the full tour of the campus, whether they're doing it virtually or on campus. Um, but they get to like really see what Full Sail is really about. You know, talk about the success of the students. You know, I know from my understanding is they do have Full Sail graduates that come on there. You
it
know,
told, yes,
and talk about their success stories. You know. They host events on the campus pretty much year round.
year
You know,
round.
they got the Hall of Fame event that's coming up next month. You know, those are the type of things that you could really see, like what Full Sail's doing. You know,
Right.
especially when you do like the Hall of Fame. Like, I know one of my, what was his name? Steve. Oh my goodness, what was his name again? Anyways, I'll remember. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. But when we did the project about when we did
The Hall of Fame speech.
the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame speech or whatever, that blew me away. Like even just doing it, you know, this man was, you know, he's from a Latin background. You know, he went from just messing around with his father's camera,
Right.
you know, to doing some Wendy's Spanish commercial with his grandmother. And this man has been, he was the producer, one of the producers for like the TV show Lost. You know,
Right.
that was like one
That's
of his
awesome.
first gigs. And then, he's been everywhere. He's been producing all these films, and I'm sitting there thinking like, man, like that could be me, you know?
That's
That
true. Same here, man.
too. So it's like
Yeah.
I think that Full Sail does a really good job um, with how they host their events, the things that they provide for their students, for them to be able to see like, hey, this is what we do. I've never seen that in any other college. Like to me, you hear about like Valencia. You might hear about UCF, and you hear about all these colleges.
Right.
But when you hear about these colleges, to me, it's just a college. You know, it's just a college. It's not. I don't ever hear or see anything that sticks out. To where people are just like excited, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
I do.
and when you talk about Full Sail, I don't know, man. It's just like fireworks and lights come on in the background, and yeah,
It's electrifying because,
yeah.
like I
Look at
said,
that. Yeah, yeah. Like you have it on the thing.
like
You
it's
know,
yeah.
where do you see that?
With even with this picture, man, it tells me a lot that they celebrate one another.
Yeah.
And going to Full Sail, I believe that each person will have an opportunity to express themselves
Right.
artistically,
Yes.
creatively, and connect with individuals that in fields that they probably don't have a clue how to do, music, graphic
Hmm.
arts, whatever. It will
Yeah.
enhance their brand and enhance their projects and enhance whatever they do. I don't have to
Right.
say that all the time. So
Right.
at the same time, Full Sail so far since this month two, as I've been part of the curriculum and the classes and everything else, and I believe so far, I start out the reflection. At the end of each semester or class, is for reflection part, right?
Hmm.
And be honest, I only joined Full Sail just to just to I had no expectation. I just wanted to join, see can I do it, and then
Hmm.
going to psychology of play. Really, really, this
Yeah.
class so far has
Yeah.
I when the studies and the reading has opened my eyes a lot to a point where I'm looking at like, wow, psychology of play, the state of play, your flow state,
Right.
all these terminologies that we know that we go through, but we don't really have a name for it till someone study it and then they put a name to it,
Right.
and you read it and you'll relate to it, and you're like, hold up,
Right.
that's exactly what I do every day, but I never know how to articulate
To
to
put a
someone
name or it. Yeah. Put
exactly.
a name to it.
And now that we like 3 weeks in, well, 1, 2, 3, maybe semesters, whatever, or one
Yeah.
semester
We're
in,
we're going on week 4 after
week
this.
4. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we week 3. So reading all the way down from intristic and extraistic,
Hmm.
breaking those words down and understand what they are, optimistic, pessimistic, the
Right.
wellness, well-being, all this stuff that I'm reading. You know, people don't understand that when you go to a college, they're gonna break more things down than actually that that makes sense.
Right.
So being in this college so far, my expectations just shifted after week 1, especially
Hmm.
with the first instructor, and it shifted. And with
Right.
the reading, the more we read and the more
Hmm.
we apply, what is you get what you put in. That's just one
Right.
of my mottos.
Yeah.
What you put in, you're gonna get back in return. And
Yeah.
I read the discussion posts, I read all of them,
Hmm.
and I'm listening to the one to critique one another, the other person, congratulate the other person, and that's great to be encourage one another, and I hope we continue to do that as a
Right.
class.
Right.
And just watching, I think going to this college will elevate their morale.
Hmm.
It will break every level of fear. And
Right.
like I said, my expectation wasn't just I might just say, hey, let me just do it, use my GI Montgomery, not Montgomery, but GI post of 9/11 GI Bill, get out the way, play,
Hmm.
I lose it. That was my
Right.
mentality when I first started. But as I started, as I got into the meat and potatoes, Alexis, I'm like this. And this is amazing.
Right. Right.
It's amazing. And I'm like, man, I'm really, really appreciating what I'm learning. And I think everyone that
Hmm.
come to Full Sail, if you didn't have idea, if you didn't have idea how Full Sail runs their show, they got great
Hmm.
instructors, and it's not just trying to get brownie points. Because Dr. Moyer, when I
Right.
first spoke to him, I'm like, okay, is he insulting my intelligence? It's not just to get brownie points. It's not about that. It's just being real. But I
Right.
see what kind of professor that he is because he's going to critique you. He's going to make sure you're doing the right things.
Right.
He's going to
Right.
get. Now, I wish he put his tips out a little bit more, earlier
Hmm.
than he does. But it's okay. It's still helpful,
Right.
and he's a great professor. And I like how he's, directing us into a way that we understand what he's saying. So shout out to Dr. Moria. No brownie points here. We
Shut
just
up.
shout out to you, son. Hey, keep pushing us, keep grinding us on us because it's helping us get better in that discussion post.
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
we're already like 19 minutes in, sir. So we could talk on and on for a Full Sail, what we need to do, how the students need to go. One final question, and then we're going to index it. Okay.
Okay.
So the do's and don'ts we already said about those. We already know about how to get them ready for the college.
Right.
So the final question is this: when they finish their degree, how empowered or how confident will does or will Full Sail lead them at the end? How confident will they be knowing that they're having a bachelor's degree and professionals at what they do? If you understand that question,
Yeah,
how the end game of this thing? How would they over? How would it, I can't even put in words. The way that it's going so far, the question I'm just gonna put it simple. At the end
hmm
of their degree plan,
hmm
they, are they gonna be different from the way they started? Or are they gonna be completely different at the end?
I mean, if that question being that we are students ourselves, right?
Right.
Um, I mean, honestly, I sit there and I think about it myself. I'm thinking 2.5 years from now, I'm gonna have like all this knowledge and all these skills to do so many things,
Right.
right? So I know how empowering that feels to me. So me knowing the way that Full Sail has their system, right, down packed on how they're gonna help the students once they graduate from the program, right?
Right. Right.
The assistance that's provided, I think, man, I mean, that's like it's gonna be super empowering for anyone, that joins this type of program.
Right.
Not spending 4 years, where 2 years of school you are learning stuff that's going to be completely irrelevant into the field that you're going to, right? You're not spending 2 years talking about science, history, this, that, or the third that you're never going to use,
Right.
where you would go to a traditional school, right?
Right.
Everything that we're doing is hands-on, project-based. I mean, just with our particular program alone, the type of equipment and software that we're getting, you could literally start your own business.
Right.
You could start your pod, like what you're doing now, your podcast.
Production companies.
You get what I'm trying to
Yes.
say? Like, it's just so much into it that it's exciting. It's exciting. It's what's the word I'm looking for?
You lost some
I'm
word.
looking for
That's what
the
it is.
yeah,
You
man. I'm
lost some
telling you,
words.
it's deep. It's deep because you still have that fear, right? Because you never, well, for me at least, right? I never
You feel me?
experienced something like that.
Right. Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
do. I
I,
do.
I've had moments in my life where I've been successful, right? I've done good things, whatever, work wise or whatnot. But I never had a degree, right?
Okay.
And I'm not
Same
going
here.
for, yeah, so I'm not going for a degree where I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a bachelor's in, business administration, whatever, I'm going into digital cinematography, right?
Right.
And me seeing, I mean, just imagine having the bragging rights of like some of these students that worked on like films like Star Wars or
Right. Yes.
Avengers Endgame. You know what I'm saying?
That's my
Like
dream, man.
that is absolutely incredible to
Bonkers.
even to sit there and say that, right? And these
Yes.
students have done it. These students have done it.
They done it, man.
So to me, I'm just like, man, listen. Um, that's just the thought alone is super super empowering, and the numbers don't lie. And I feel that Full Sail definitely has already um, that plan in order. So, like you said in the beginning earlier,
Right.
that you get what you put in,
Right.
and I don't care who you are, if if you fail this class or this program, it's because you failed yourself, right? You
Right.
gave up at some point along the way. You gave up because everything that's provided, you can't get it any easier
Okay.
than what you have now. You get all the equipment. Like, I'm just thinking about the camera that we're getting for the program. I'm like, man, listen.
Bravo, Full Sail.
What?
Bravo.
I
That's
was like, what? I was blown away. I was like, wait a second. I was like, for the longest, I seen the camera. it wasn't until I literally like pulled it up and I looked it up and I was like, whoa,
Yes,
this is almost a $7,000.
$1,000 camera. I didn't want to say it. You said it first, so
Yeah,
now
hey,
I can
hey,
say it.
listen, the caps I've had, don't bring
$7,000
it up.
camera.
Yes,
We about
that's
that. Yeah,
insane.
it is
Insane.
insane. They give
Yeah.
you the best products. The
Yep.
Project Launchbox. If
Yep.
you ever got your iPad,
Yep. I got the iPad. Yep. I got
I
the
got my
iPad.
iPad. Your first
Hmm.
month after you pass the probation period, that's what I call it. You get an
Yeah.
iPad for
I know, right?
horrible.
Because that's crazy. Some people would just like literally join the program to try to
Get
get the
an
launch
iPad.
button and then jet out. Like,
It's crazy,
it,
man. And you get more goodies at the end, and then it's yours at the end of your degree.
you see what I'm
So
saying?
it's
It's
crazy, man.
crazy.
Free equipment over the value over almost 14,000. You want to be
Yep.
honest.
Yep.
And so the
Yep.
thing is, you get a $14,000 value worth of
Hmm.
equipment, and all of
Right.
a sudden you can't get nowhere else. And then it's all towards your creativity, your dream,
Correct.
your vision,
Correct.
and they're
Correct.
just guiding your vision into
Hmm.
where you want it to be. Because right now, everything
Right.
I got, like I said, I got 4 YouTube channels, and and the quality, the vision, what I want is
Hmm.
still in what I want it to be yet.
Right.
So
Right.
it's going to be awesome to see
Yeah.
and inspire and to explore more territory, more realms.
Have you seen the
Uh,
videos of like? I actually pulled a. I have been wanting to do this, and the other day I pulled up a video on YouTube just to see like how the quality and how the recording and stuff. I don't know
uh,
if you had a chance to do that yet, man. I'm telling you,
I've watched a few videos from Full Sail, like pertaining to the like lessons, like how how they got theirs out up and running, right? And
mm-hmm,
I've seen some of the quality. I see even some have their own channel, they made their own YouTube channels with the equipment that they
mm-hmm.
got from Full Sail, talking about Full Sail. You know,
Oh wow,
week one,
that's
Full
dope.
Sail, month one. This is what we get. The lunch box. They show off everything, and then they create their own graphics and whoever they got to do all that. But they're using the equipment they got from Full Sail, which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty neat, man. And the videos I seen, the quality is nice. But with the Sony camera, no, I haven't seen that yet. So that's
Yeah,
something I'm about to check
man. You
out.
pull up, just go to YouTube and just say Sony FX6 live camera recording, and you can see like when they do all like the features and
Uh,
oh my god, it's,
I'm
it's
about to check that
crazy.
out this weekend
Yeah,
because
man.
I'm excited for everyone. I reached out to more people, but thank God me and you the only one connected. So that's great. That means it's meant
Yeah,
for me and you to connect.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so bottom line is, guys, if you want to attend Full Sail, there's a lot of let's get to the negative side. Okay, there's a lot of negativity towards this college about what's the authenticity or
Mhm.
accurate. What's the word? Man, accounting towards your credits. What's the word
Okay,
for it?
okay, okay.
So I seen the reviews and the bad point even before I even joined and got into Full Sail. It didn't turn me away.
Hmm.
So we're gonna push that away. The positive side of this, guys, it ain't about the equipment. It's about what you're gonna learn.
Hmm.
It's gonna transform your mindset, how you see your vision, and wherever you're in, music, movies, short films. It's gonna elevate you. And this is just month two we're in, and I'm
Right.
just like wow already. So
Yeah.
right now, guys, look,
Hmm.
this has been awesome time being in this college. So Alexis, I appreciate you. Hey, the bottom
Thank you
line
for
is
having me,
Full
man.
Sail. Yes, sir. Full Sail is awesome for any creator that want to go.
Yes.
It speaks for
Yes.
itself. So
Yes.
I recommend Full Sail to anyone that want to explore their dreams, their visions, and whatever they want to do with their imagination. Full Sail can help you elevate it to the next level.
Hey, their
Bottom line,
motto, just so you know,
yeah.
their motto of the school is if you're serious about your dream, then they're gonna take your dream seriously.
If you're serious about your dream, they're going to take
They
your
will. So
dream
basically, is
seriously.
if you're serious about your dream,
Right.
we're gonna take your dream seriously.
So, bottom line, guys,
Hey,
those that will watch this, those are watching now, if you're serious about your dream, they are going to take your dream seriously.
yes.
So, to you, to those who are watching, hey, we salute you. Alexis, thank you for sharing. Thank you
Hey,
for blessing me,
no problem,
sir,
man. Thank you. Thank you.
with your
Thank you for having
presentation.
me.
Yeah, anytime, man. This is not a one occurrence thing. Anytime, anything you want to talk about is what this platform is for. The
Awesome.
bottom line. And the bottom line is real talk all day long. And we're talking about Full Sail. And guys, if you want to join, those that are curious about it, man, go online like I did my research. I took the tour. Hopefully during graduating time, because I'm gonna be here when I graduate, to the end of graduation. I don't let's say when I start stuff, I'm gonna finish it. So
Yes.
I'm gonna try to go to the campus during graduation, see it for myself, you know.
Yeah.
I want to travel to Florida. We put to travel to Florida anyway this summer for vacation.
Nice.
To Super Nintendo World. See.
Oh, really? Where's that's in
University, Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm trying.
That's
Right now it's planning. It's planning on.
Right.
So that's the mindset. So by the grace of God, it's going to happen. But now, even with that said and done, you have a blessed weekend, man of God. We got some gaming to do.
Thank you. Yes.
Some gaming to do. We're gonna do some gaming.
Get on some packs.
I'm not that good at the game, but guess what? It's a shooter. It's a shooter. So I'm
you're lucky. You got a PC, man. Yeah, your aim is just completely different.
Well, I got controller. I'm using controller.
Oh, you got controller. Oh, okay.
I can't do the mouse thing. I ain't that efficient.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm like, man, I'll be seeing people do it. I'm like, whew,
to me, that's cheating. To me, that's cheating.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about the aiming is just too good, man. That's crazy.
Yes, it is.
But man, hey, thank you so much for having me, man.
Anytime, man. Anytime. And those are watching, God bless you. Y'all have fun. And we will see you when we see you. God bless you. Salute.
Yep. Salute.
The Bottom Line, weekdays on LDB TV. Presented by LDB Media Corp.